Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel, Autumnmoonthemage. This is going to be a general love message or general love reading for Aquarius. Since it is general, it might not resonate with you. If it doesn't feel like your story, then please do not try to make it fit. Just keep searching because your reading is out there. But I do really appreciate you stopping in to check and see if my story or if my reading applies to you. I do hope it resonates and it brings you clarity. If it does, and you'd like to share that with me, I'd really appreciate it. You could post something in the comments, or you can send me an email if you prefer, for privacy. That works for me. I actually already started this video once, but I accidentally left the grid on the camera and I wasn't sure if it was going to show through. So I'm so sorry I had to start it over, but I already have the cards for you. So what I do is I draw cards for how you feel about the person or the situation you're dealing with, and then cards for how they feel. And then I clarify all of that and then draw a most likely outcome and then an oracle card as a form of advice. So I did get your cards already, so I'm just going to share those with you now. We got the Moon, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So the Moon can be talking about something that's hidden. Perhaps you're hiding something, or you're afraid that something is being hidden from you. But it's also a card that talks about fears. You know, being in the dark, and in the dark there's scary shadows, right? So it talks about fears that aren't actually real, because in the dark we see the shadows and we think that they look like whatever it is we think they look like, and we're afraid. But when we turn on the light, we realize it's just our lamp or something along those lines. So that's what the card is generally referring to. Nine of Wands is about really stressing about it, you know? So I definitely am reading this as fears, and this is really thinking a lot about it and almost torturing yourself, keeping yourself up at night and stressing about it. And this, of course, is the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Passion, right? So wanting to charge in on that horse. But we will clarify. First, let's take a look at how the person you are dealing with feels about you. I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cold, and this cough will not go away. I'm going to cough and I'm going to apologize so many times. I'm sorry for both. It's just habit anyway. Not the coughing, the apologizing. But anyway, let's go ahead and get 3 cards for how this person feels about Aquarius. Can you please get 3 cards? Okay, can I get 1 more card for how this person feels about Aquarius? How does this person feel about Aquarius? Sorry, I shuffle until the cards come out. And it doesn't want to give me the card. Can I get 1 more card, please, for how this person feels about Aquarius? Okay, so what we got here is the Lovers. Oh, it's starting to rain. I don't know if you can hear that. The Seven of Cups. And the Four of Swords. So the Lover's card is, you know, feeling like someone's your soulmate, right? Feeling like they're the one for you. It's a very, it's a deep connection that you feel spiritually as well as in the physical world. And the Seven of Cups can be choices, but that's not how I'm seeing it here. I really am seeing this as confusion. Sometimes having too many choices or having too many things to consider causes us to be unsure and confused, right? We don't know what's happening and there's all these possibilities, right? And the Four of Swords is a card of healing, but also a card of planning, like taking a moment, a pause, but you're not completely stopped because mentally you're still moving forward, but physically you're not. So that's what I'm seeing here. I'm going to clarify the cards though. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Can we please get clarification for what the moon is for Aquarius? Can you please clarify the moon for us? Aquarius. Okay. Right away, two cards pop out. The Hierophant, which is a marriage card. Also, sorry. It's a marriage card. It talks about commitment. It talks about union. Okay. It's also a card about understanding, like taking the steps. It's about leveling up spiritually or in a relationship, leveling up, taking the next step. Okay. So maybe you're afraid of that. We also get the King of Wands, which could be a person you're dealing with. So you might be dealing with a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But the King of Wands is someone who feels very passionately. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Feeling very passionately. Perhaps you're afraid or you're nervous about taking the next step, which you feel would be this passionate step. Let's go ahead and see what else we got here. Can we clarify the Nine of Swords? Can you please clarify the Nine of Swords? How Aquarius feels. So we get the Six of Swords here, which is a card about moving to stable water, right? It's moving out of conflict into stability and moving out of rough waters into calm waters. It also can be a card about travel. But yeah, it's about getting out of chaos, really, and into calm. And we get the Magician, which is about manifesting, right? So I feel like what you're stressing about is how to get there, like possibly how to get physically to somebody or how to get to calmer waters with them. Perhaps there's been rough waters because of something related to intimacy. Let's take a look at the Knight of Wands there. Please clarify the Knight of Wands for us in regards to how Aquarius feels towards their person. This is Knight of Wands. Please clarify. of Swords keeps trying to come out and then going back in, which is, it's happened twice now, so. But let's see here. Can I please get clarification on the Knight of Wands? Oh, okay. So we get the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. Well, the Chariot is a card that talks about determination. It's also a card of movement. It's moving forward. It's charging forward, really. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about the wheel turning in favor for you. So it's like you're feeling like it is time for you to charge forward. You're feeling like the time has come for you to, you're on that course, right? And now it's the moment for you to share this Knight of Wands with this person here. That's interesting. Let's take a look at how they feel. Let's start with the Lovers. Can I please get clarification on the Lovers card? Please clarify the Lovers card. Okay. So we get the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, the King of Swords, which could be you because you are a King of Swords. Aquarius. King of Swords is air energy, which is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So we get the King of Swords, the Death card, the High Priestess, and the Empress. The King of Swords, the Death card, the High Priestess. How interesting. I was just shuffling while I was thinking about those cards, and I get the Nine of Swords and the Moon, which are both on your side there, and then the Justice card. Justice, excuse me, Justice can talk about a decision. It's almost like stressing and hiding, or stressing and fearing a decision, but it's making me think of this High Priestess card here as something that's hidden. It's like you're ending this, not deception is not the word, but just something that has been hidden. And the Empress card is a new beginning, like it's starting fresh. It's also, I mean, the Empress, the gender doesn't, you don't have to be female because it's an Empress card. It's the energy. And the Empress energy is someone who is, I mean, the match, right? It's not any of the queens, it's all of the queens. Like the Empress is the other half to the Emperor, you know? And so it's like they want you to end or put an end to whatever's hidden here and have this new beginning, because they think of you as their empress. So I wonder if, so this story is going to resonate with different people in different ways. And so maybe it resonates with you different. Maybe, excuse me, the moon for you is something that you're hiding. The Hierophant can be a marriage card, which could be, my friend gets mad at me when I start sentences and don't finish them, which we were just talking about yesterday. But the the Hierophant is a marriage card. It could be that you're hiding something in regards to a marriage. But I really do look at the card as fear. I feel like there's some kind of fear, and they want you to put an end to to whatever's being hidden here. Because this, especially when we're looking at the Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups is, like I said, confusion. Look, I just split the deck, and we get Seven of Cups there too. It's like they don't understand what's going on. Let's take a look. What is the Seven of Cups, please? Please clarify the Seven of Cups. Please clarify the Seven of Cups. Clarify the Seven of Cups. Okay, so we get the Ace of Swords, okay, which is a card that talks about a new beginning, with like trust. It's also like an aha moment, or it's like sharing the truth with someone or discovering the truth, okay? And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is being trapped mentally, like trying to, you're stuck in this situation, but it's, in the Eight of Swords, you could set yourself free, but it's really a card about feeling trapped and feeling trapped by your mind, which makes sense with the Seven of Cups being confusion, like not knowing what to do, not knowing what's happening. And then the Queen of Cups, which is a card of unconditional love. So it's like either they're seeking understanding because they feel trapped in regards to this love, or they found out information and that has caused them to be unsure. This Queen of Swords, she was just at the bottom of the deck, but while I was shuffling for both this and for this, she just kept coming up. I feel like she wants to be out, but I don't know what she's trying to say here. Um, possibly there's two people in the picture here, a Queen of Cups and a Queen of Swords. I mean, she keeps trying to come out. Okay, she's like, I will not be ignored. So while I was shuffling for this, it occurred to me that the Empress, if you are married, okay, if this is you, fearing something or hiding something in regards to a marriage, the the Empress would be like a wife. So it could be here that they are hoping that you'll put an end to a deception to them, to the person that you're already involved with. If that's you, I mean, you know your story. Um, so if that's how it applies to you, then that's how it applies. Let's look at the Four of Swords, which, like I said before, is a pause card. That Queen of Swords there, while I was holding the deck here in my hands, it just slipped right out onto the table. I didn't even notice that it was at the back of the deck until it slipped out, and then I was like, what? She just really wanted to be heard. She's like, I will not be ignored. That's funny. What is this Four of Swords here? Okay. We get the Seven of Swords, which is a card of deception. I'm not sure which one of you is deceiving here. I'm not sure. But also, roles can be reversed in these readings, but it feels like if this is you over here, it feels like you might be dealing with someone who's dealing with two people, and you're trying to stress, you're trying to heal and figure out what you're supposed to do about the deception that's happening. And I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about this. I'd like to get more on that Seven of Swords now. Can we get more on the Four of Swords? Oh, the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So yeah, there's some kind of deception in regards to, well, this is how they feel about you. Lovers is how they feel about you, and wanting to offer you that cup and being really determined to do it. But they're healing something. They're planning. They're healing and they're planning, and they're really determined, and they're not letting this go. They're just not letting it go. They're holding on to it, holding on to you, because they feel the Lovers towards you, and they want to offer you this cup. I really feel like this is a third party situation here. There are three individuals. There's you feeling very passionately towards this person, and I'm not I'm not seeing a lot of I'm not seeing a lot of there's a lot of passion coming from this side towards this side, you know, and this side feels very connected to this side, but there is the Cups here, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So there is love. Maybe it's just not showing up over here right at the moment, but maybe there's a lot of it there. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull a card for most likely outcome. Can I please get a card for most likely outcome here? For Aquarius and the person they're dealing with? We get the Three of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, sorry. And the Five of Wands. So what this says to me is the Three of Cups is a card of reconciliation and also having a good time. And this is communication. The Eight of Wands is communication and forward movement. The Eight of Pentacles is working on something, like really working on it. And the Five of Wands is conflict. So I feel like there is going to be reconciliation if the two of you are not currently together, then you will come together and communicate a desire to work through whatever these struggles are, whatever this Five of Wands represents to you. Like Five of Wands also for me personally represents leveling up, like working on yourself and working on a situation to improve it. Um, so the Five of Wands, of course, leads into the Six of Wands, which is victory. In the Five of Wands, they haven't won, right? They maybe felt like they could have won, but it doesn't feel like a victory to them. There's still something that needs to be worked on so that they can get to the Six of Wands, which is success. It's victory. It's the word is not coming to me, but it feels like what's being said here is that a reconciliation will be made, and communication will be made that they want to work through whatever this is. So that's a really good outcome. I was just looking at the bottom of the deck because I was curious. But let's go ahead and pull out an oracle card for you. I'm using this deck here called Your Heart Knows the Way. It's a really pretty deck. I say that like every time I use it. It's a really pretty deck. It's so pretty. It has like gold etching, and the pictures are really pretty. Okay, deck. Stop being trouble and give me a card for Aquarius. Okay. It gave me two. So the first one is card number 16, which is compassion is your freedom. What do you gain from judging others? Does it make you right to make another person wrong? The faults of others are tempting distractions from your own self-imposed limitations. How easy is it to see flaws in someone else? This card reminds you, excuse me, that when you judge others, you're judging yourself. What you dislike in them is what you dislike in you. What you fear in them is what you reject in you. Your intolerance of them shows you the lies you've believed about you. In your rejection of yourself, you've tried to make others wrong. Yet every dagger you throw at someone else stabs you in the back. This is why you feel guilt amidst your righteous attacks. Today, release the judgments you've placed on others and return your gaze to yourself. Excuse me. When you feel compelled to condemn someone else, ask, what about me do I dislike? Which of my actions make me cringe with shame? Be honest in this exploration, and when you discover the answer you seek, release yourself from this judgment. Have compassion for yourself and for others today, and take back the power you've forsaken. And then we also get 18, which says, listen to your heart. Let me read that for you. Do you have trouble differentiating the voices inside you? Can you tell apart inspiration from your fears? Your heart speaks the language of your soul. Your mind translates this into the language of the world. Yet your soul never speaks above a gentle whisper. It inspires within you thoughts that make your heart sing with joy. It nudges you into inspired action and stirs up anticipation within you. Your fears, on the other hand, are loud and intrusive. Their storms disrupt the calm within you. Their anxious demands create chaos within your mind. It's so funny as I was reading that, like, I I know when my fears speak up because I panic when it happens. Like, I panic and then I'm like, wait a second here. wait a second here. Are you being realistic about this situation, or are you freaking out over nothing? Sorry, just a sec. Sorry, I have a little one. He wanted to talk to me. Anyway, this card reminds you that your mind is nothing more than a translator. The messages it speaks are either from your soul or from your fears. You can tell them apart by the way they make you feel. Your negative emotions are fueled by fear, when the positive are messages from your heart. Your task today is to listen closely to your mind's directives. Learn to differentiate the thoughts of your heart from the thoughts of your fears. In the midst of fears, tantrums, recognize the untruths echoing within your mind. Today, drop these destructive thoughts and listen to the soft whispers of your heart instead. Well, that's a beautiful message. And if this is you over here, if this is in fact you, which I believe it is, then you have some kind of fear, okay, which you're really stressing about, and you really want to move forward. So stop listening to those fears and listen to your heart, and act with your heart. This person over here, if they do in fact have two people, um, it looks like, if they are juggling two people, then it looks like they want to be free of that. They definitely over here, they're definitely in the Four of Swords, planning out a way to come forward and offer this cup to the lovers, which is how they feel about you. That's you that they're talking about in this situation. So whatever's happening, it might be messy, because obviously we've got this Five of Wands here. There's something that needs to be cleaned up. And if you're the person who's in more than one, like if you are in a third party situation, then they're wanting you to get out. Like, that's what this is saying here. They want the illusions to go away. They want the illusions to end, so that they can come forward and offer this cup, or so that you can come forward and offer the cup, whichever one of you is. But it really, really feels like there's a third party situation here. It really feels like there's three people. That Queen of Swords, she's going to be heard with this Five of Wands. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it brought you clarity. Please do remember to be kind to yourself and gentle with your thoughts of not just yourself, but of others. You know, just like the card was saying, be kind with your thoughts. Also, our thoughts are what we get. What we believe is what we get, and what we think is what we get. So have positive thoughts and have hope, and things will work out the way they're supposed to. Believe that as well. Every choice leads you where you're going. All forward movement leads you to where you're supposed to be. So don't fear it. Just be true to yourself. Be true to your heart. Listen to your heart. Just like the card said. Anyway, thank you again. I'm sorry for rambling. I hope that you have a really great day. If you have questions, or if the story resonates with you, the cards resonate with you, please feel free to reach out to me and share that in the comments, or if you prefer to email me, go for it. And yeah, thank you so much again. Have a great day. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. If you are still here, then let me tell you what zodiac signs I see, if you want to know. None of those. So the Empress is Taurus energy. The Death is Scorpio. This Queen of Swords here is another air sign, so that's Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. The Lovers is Gemini. The Lovers again is Gemini. The Chariot is Cancer. The Magician is Gemini or Virgo. There's a lot of Gemini here, so perhaps that's what you're dealing with. The Hierophant is also Taurus. So we have two Taurus cards there. And then the Moon is Pisces. So that's what I got. Anyway, for real this time, goodbye. I hope you have a great day.